Welcome everyone. You know, here at Relish, we're all about dishing out the relationship advice. And today is no different. Today we're going to talk about the honeymoon phase. I'm Tricia Bowman and I'm a certified life and relationship coach here at Relish. So if you'd like our content and you want more advice, please like, subscribe, and share our videos with all your friends. So, the honeymoon phase. Okay, it's probably the most well-known relationship stage there is, because during the honeymoon phase, this is when partners are typically drunk on love. Because now remember, there's chemicals that are released in your brain during this time. And it's when you first start falling in love, and that's real infatuation, amazing feeling that happens. You are newly falling in love and lust with a partner, and it literally causes us to get drunk off love. So I want to hear from you. Are any of you guys in that stage right now? Please go ahead and comment below. And also, if you're kind of missing that stage and want some more tricks and tips on how to get that spark back, please share below. And myself and any one of the Relish coaches will get back to you and give you some more tips. Okay, so today we're talking about those feel-good feelings that heighten it with excitement and desire for the people, and are often the stage that many of us want to revert back to when things get tough. And a lot of times people do, there's a lot of talk around that stage. So during the stage of infatuation, it's really hard sometimes to see the bigger picture, because we're often so blinded to any flaws and sometimes just general incompatibility during this point in the relationship. So that means that people oftentimes miss red flags, or maybe aren't always clear, and maybe other people are kind of giving you some hints, but you don't want to see it. Okay, so while the honeymoon most oftentimes always happens at the beginning of the relationship, I want you to note that relationship phases aren't necessarily cyclical, and that a relationship can have multiple honeymoon phases. So remember that for some of you who are missing that. So don't dismay, you can recreate these stages throughout your relationship at different times with different tricks and tips, and we'll get to that another day. So I want you to be able to enjoy every moment of this stage if you're one in that honeymoon stage right now. But I also want to help give you some practical tips to help grow your relationship deeper and navigate this particular stage. Okay, so let's start with tip number 1. Prioritize time together, okay? Now, as tempting as it might be to stay in bed all day with your new love and infatuation, it is really important to spend time getting to know one another. So if you want the relationship to last beyond this stage, it'll be really important to explore and figure out if this person has what it takes to make it as a couple once the honeymoon stage is over, and it subsides. So avoid when you're together being on your phones too much, so that you can actually talk and ask questions and spend that time getting to figure out some things about one another. And don't ditch your friends and just focus on that one person, even though it may be so tempting and so much fun, because you want to see how this person is going to fit into your life long term and as you're going forward. Okay, next. I want to make sure you enjoy the ride, but evaluate along the way. So this is one of the most carefree stages of your relationship. So make sure that you are enjoying the ride. Enjoy the butterfly feelings you get around them and the excitement of the attraction, the desire, and the sex, if you're having it. Well, still making time to evaluate your relationship and your emotions along the way. So it may be hard during this time to spend time away from each other, but taking some time away is really good for your soul and for the relationship. And it can always help you to evaluate how you feel and what you're thinking. By taking just a day or two by yourself, it can help you stay grounded in this new relationship. And this will help you to establish healthy boundaries and patterns from the start, which leads me to my next tip. Set good and healthy patterns early on. So patterns are often set in the beginning of a relationship. And like a habit, patterns can be hard to change if they've kind of been developed over long periods of time or the course of a relationship. So by establishing good habits during this stage, it will help you to create healthier and better patterns for the future. Okay, so because you're setting up the rest of your relationship up in the beginning. So if you want to set yourself up for success by setting good boundaries early on, it will help to create better habits later. So, and remember, boundaries can be adjusted over time, and they should. And because as you and your partner and the relationship change and grow, you may need to change some of that stuff. So what we suggest is setting boundaries or standards around things like communication, personal space, sharing, finances, friends, etc., etc. All right, last, I want you to recognize timeline differences. Time is one thing that most of us cannot change or alter. So recognize the timeline differences up front will help to alleviate some of the heartache. Did you know that timeline incompatibilities are often the root of many relationship problems? So first, let's talk about what is a timeline difference. Let's say that owning a home is really important to you or your partner. So you may prioritize saving money for a house over doing other things so that you can accomplish this goal of owning a home. But maybe your partner, that's not a priority for them, and they want to travel more. So the discrepancy in this will help create problems in the relationship because the partner may prioritize, traveling over saving money for the house because that's what's important to them. So this could cause a problem later in time. So these oftentimes cause rifts in the relationship because it affects, for this case in particular, spending habits, short and long-term goals, etc., etc. But it's not just about spending habits. You can fill in this same thought and idea, but add children, career, education, marriage, etc. So discussing what you want your future to look like in a general way. Okay, no 5-year plan needed here yet. But it will help you to understand if the relationship is cut out to go the distance. Okay, a few last words. I want you to remember to embrace the normalcy that starts to happen as this honeymoon stage slows down a bit. Okay, don't panic, don't look for the red flags. Remember those chemicals we talked about earlier? They're just kind of settling down and quieting down, and you're getting back into the normalcy. So enjoy that part of the relationship also, and don't fret that your relationship doomed or the attraction is gone. So because if you embrace this normalcy from early on and you make sure you keep those friends we talked about earlier close, it will help to transition that stage. Because it's very tempting to want to spend all your time with this person and get into that, but trust me, this is the way to go. So remember, our Relish team wants you to enjoy every stage of your relationship. So if you want more great content and help during the other stages, please make sure to download Relish today for free, and the link is below. And if you like this video, please let me and the team know you liked it, share, subscribe, and leave as many comments as you like. So have a great day and enjoy whatever stage you are in to the fullest.